So you're at a party. There are people you know and familiar with, and maybe there's some people you don't know. You're not usually a shy person, and you typically get along with everyone. The environment you're in isn't scary. People are drinking, they're talking, they're having a good time. You may or may not have had a couple of drinks, maybe some weed, maybe not. Maybe you've done this before, maybe you haven't. It doesn't matter. You start to feel uneasy. For some reason, you're sweating. You feel like your fingers are starting to tingle. Your stomach is starting to feel sick. And the conversations, they start to blend. They sound like one conversation that doesn't really make sense. You feel like time might be slowing down. You're not drunk, you know this. Maybe you're a little stoned, but this has never happened before. It's something new, it's weird, it's scary. You feel your heart rate start to go up. It's beating really fast now. It feels like it's gonna jump out of your chest. You're just sitting there. Why is your heart rate going out of control? Your chest is now starting to hurt. You feel the tingling starting to turn into a numbing feeling. You feel like you can't really talk, or if you do, it doesn't make much sense. Your breathing is getting really fast. What's going on? Are you having a heart attack? Is something wrong with you? Why are you feeling this way? You're worried this is something serious and you're gonna die. You feel like you're separating from reality. You feel like this is what it is like to die. This is a panic attack. You have an intense fear that is overwhelming you. In this video, I will explain how to deal with panic attacks, or at least how I deal with them. When you feel a panic attack coming on, realize it. Maybe it's your first time, or maybe this has happened before. It's really important for you to realize that you're not dying and you're not going to die. Nobody has ever died from a panic attack. It might be scary or terrifying or the most scariest thing you've ever had happen to you, but believe it or not, they're not dangerous. Tell yourself this is a surge or a wave of panic that will go away. If you acknowledge it and realize what's happening, you're not going to feed the fear that makes it worse. Without fear, the panic attack is powerless. The best thing to do is go outside, get some fresh air. Let the feeling take its course. If you're at a party, excuse yourself or go to the washroom. Wash your face and hands with cold water. This will trigger a calming sensation which will reduce your heart rate. Switch your focus from the panic to a physical object to keep yourself in the moment. This will help distract you from the panicky feelings you're having. Pick something, anything, like a Tim Hortons cup or whatever's around you. Look at it. Look at the shape of it. Look at the colors. Just identify it in your mind. Make sure that you breathe. If you notice that you're breathing fast, try to slow it down. It is likely that you're hyperventilating and it's causing the tingling and numbing sensations in your hands and your fingers. This is because when you hyperventilate, there is a quick reduction in carbon dioxide in your body. This causes blood vessels to narrow and reduces the blood supply going to your brain, which causes the tingling. I'm sure you've probably heard that breathing exercises can help. Well, it's absolutely true, as long as you're doing it properly. Don't breathe into a bag, as this can actually make things worse since you're just re-inhaling your carbon dioxide. The important thing is to take a breath in for 4 seconds. Breathe in through your nose and exhale for 4 seconds through your mouth. Make sure you're not breathing with your chest. If your stomach expands when you breathe in, you're doing it right. Repeat this until your breathing returns to normal. You should notice the tingling feelings start to subside. For some people, it helps if you close your eyes. Try to listen to what's going on around you. Touch something with an interesting texture. Stroke the furry wall, like in the movie Get Him to the Greek. This actually does help because you're redirecting your focus to something other than your panic attack. One thing that really helps me is going for a walk. But if you do this, make sure that you have your breathing under control first. Challenge the panic attack. Say, is this the best you can do? Or give it a countdown and say, I'm going to panic in 20 seconds, and I bet you by the 20-second mark, nothing will happen. You'll still feel uneasy and uncomfortable, but nothing terrible is going to happen. By doing that, you're removing the fear that fuels the panic attack. When I had bad panic attacks, I would always bring benzodiazepine medication with me. It was very helpful for me in those situations. I didn't rely on it, but it was there as a backup in case I needed it for some extra help to get over those feelings. When I had panic attacks, they were so bad that I ended up in hospitals. They would do tests and of course everything would turn out normal. This was reassuring. I started to analyze whenever it happened and think, well, I could go to the hospital again and find out everything is fine based on the track record. There's a 0% chance that I'm dying, so I don't need to go. Reasoning with myself this way was very helpful for me to deal with these panic attacks. This video was made to help people in my channel's community and friends that I know who have panic attacks. It is important to realize that if you're having a panic attack, at the time it is happening, it is okay to remove yourself from wherever you are, but don't start avoiding things on purpose or avoiding going places because you are afraid of having a panic attack. It is important to not stop doing things that you enjoy because of what you think might happen. Once you start avoiding things and situations, you could develop a panic with agoraphobia. This is where you are afraid to leave your own house, and this is much more difficult to treat. I hope this was helpful to you. If it is, please engage my channel by liking, sharing, or even subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please ask. I've been there before, I know what's happening, I know what it takes to beat this. Please take care of yourselves and your mental health. Thank you.